Hey, how's it going, YouTubers? Welcome back to another video. It's been a little bit over a week since I posted. I've been very busy with my job and renovating my house. And at the end of the video, I'm going to take you guys on a little brief tour of what I did with the garage and show you guys some of the progress I made with that if you're interested. I also want to give two shout outs in this video. Two people who I believe deserve more subs. The first guy is Turi, and his channel is called Cathedral of Horror, and I'm going to link him down below. He's one of my best longtime buddies here on YouTube and Facebook and just in general. He doesn't have nearly the amount of subs that I think he deserves. I really enjoy his channel. He's a good friend of mine, so please go down, click that link, and go support him. Subscribe to his channel. I strongly recommend it. And the second guy is Tampa J, and he has been leaving really good responses and comments on my videos, and he's a supporter of my channel, and I do appreciate that. And he's a big supporter of a lot of people in general. He follows a lot of different people, and he always has the best comments. He's always a very positive guy, very uplifting. He does record his own videos. He does out and about style videos, and he has his most recent video, he did a short movie clip, and I thought it was pretty good. It's called Friday the Shorteenth, and I want you guys to go check that out. Give him a thumbs up, and definitely subscribe to Jay. So, Cathedral of Horror, who is Turi, and Tampa J, please go down and check those links and give those guys a sub. So in part one of my Arrow video collection, I showed you guys the slip box editions and some of the Amaray cases and some of the DVD deluxe sets. This is really in no particular order, and I know a lot of you guys are like me and you have OCD, and this is probably driving you guys crazy that this is not in any type of order. It's not alphabetized. But please bear with me on this. I'm just going to record a video here. I'm going to continue on. We're going to show you guys some of the Amaray cases, a couple box sets, and some of the DVDs, and that will be the end of part two. And then I'll probably wrap it up with some more box sets and then some other miscellaneous stuff there at the top. So let's get right into it here with the first one, which is, let me see if I can get more comfortable here so I can do this. First one is Night of the Comet, and that's a good little 80s drive-in style film about some valley girls who battle some zombies in an apocalyptic type movie. The next one is Deadly Blessing, which was a Blu-ray upgrade for me because Arrow did release this on DVD, which you'll see momentarily. It's a Wes Craven film, and it has Michael Berryman in it. It's a pretty good film. I enjoyed it. Another Wes Craven, The People Under the Stairs, and this is a film that I actually saw in the theater, and the night that I saw this in the theater for the first time when it came out, the theater caught on fire. So we had to get escorted. Everybody had to leave the theater, and we got free movie tickets. I went back to see it again. It was worth it. It's a great movie. The next one is another 80s drive-in style film. This one is called Motel Hell, and it's a comedy horror. There's a scene in here you can see on the cover, but the guy, Farmer Vincent, dons a live pig head as a mask in this. That's one of the best scenes in any horror movie in history, in my opinion. It's a really cool scene, and that's a funny movie. It's a good movie. Creature feature film, another 80s film. I believe it's either late 70s or early 80s. This is Squirm, and it's a worm movie, killer nightcrawlers, that the ground gets charged by lightning, and it turns all these nightcrawlers into flesh-eating monsters. Squishy little film. Next one here is What Have You Done to Solange? And this is a nice, good little film. I enjoyed it. Stanley Kubrick, The Killing. This is a very good film. This is from Arrow Academy. I strongly recommend this one. It's about a group of guys who rob a racetrack, and this is a black and white film, and it was from 1956, and I really enjoyed this one. It's one of Stanley Kubrick's earliest films, and it's very, very good. The Killing. You could probably get that pretty cheap. The next one is Milano Calabro 9 by Fernando De Leo. I still haven't seen this one. It's a Eurocrime, Polizio Tesci, Italian crime film. Next one is some Japanese craziness. This is Takashi Miike's The Happiness of the Katakuris. A really weird, kind of a psychedelic creature feature film. Very bizarre. And then, of course, we have Remo Williams, The Adventure Begins. Tobe Hooper's Eaten Alive, killer crocodile film, very good. Jack Hill's Foxy Brown, starring the gorgeous Pam Grier. Always enjoy the Jack Hill and the Pam Grier collaborations. Here is a Jules Dassin film, The Naked City. I picked this one up on a Black Friday sale, and it was very cheap. I think I got it for about like maybe $6 or $7. Well worth it. Very good film. Here is one of the best adaptations of the Ted Gein life story. This is Deranged, The Confessions of a Necrophile. And Ted Gein was Ed Gein was a serial killer from here in the state of Wisconsin where I live. And there's a lot of films that have been made about his life, but this is the closest as far as I can tell, and I did a lot of studying on him. And some of the Ed Gein films are just over the top. There's one that has Kane Hodder that stars as Ed Gein, and Kane Hodder is well over 6 feet tall. Ed Gein was just a very small, slight man, but this portrays him very well, I thought. Here is Teruo Ishii's Blind Woman's Curse. Here is the original pressing of Hellgate that was limited to 1,000, which sold out very quick. That one has Horseshack in it from Welcome Back, Kotter, Ron Palillo. And here's the original Hell Comes to Frogtown, starring Roddy Piper. The original pressing, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that there under the, let me see if I can kind of point my thumb at it. If my camera will zoom in, right there where my thumb is, it says limited 1,000 copies. You're not going to be able to see that. You'll have to take my word for it. But they have since re-released those. So the next one here is Robert Mitchum in The Night of the Hunter, and I thought this was an excellent movie. Very, very creepy. Excellent movie. Here's another Jack Hill film. This is Spider Baby. I picked this one up also at the Black Friday sale from a couple years ago. And the next one here is a Chuck Norris Lee Marvin film called The Delta Force. And here is another Jack Hill film, Pam Grier collaboration, called Coffee. This one is packed with Euro stars, Richard Harris, Roger Moore, Richard Burton. This is The Wild Geese. I thought this was a very good movie. And here's a spaghetti western starring Giuliano Gemma and Lee Van Cleef. And this is Day of Anger. Excellent. One of the best spaghetti westerns I've ever seen. Okay, so I had to take a quick break and try to reposition myself. So here is the next title. This is called Sisters. And I don't remember a whole lot about this. I know I got this one used on eBay pretty cheap, but I don't really recall much about that film. The next one is a film I own a couple different times on Blu-ray. This is The Beast Within, a creature feature film from the 80s. Also have the Scream Factory release of that one. Here's a film from George A. Romero. This is Night Riders. And it's kind of a modern day chivalry type film, sword and sandal type film about a group of bikers who carry swords and shields. And there's a scene in this movie that kind of was touching to me when without giving too much of the film away, when Ed Harris was the leader of the biker gang, and at the end of the movie he gave his sword to a kid. I thought that was pretty cool. Oops, I got that after The Night of the Beast, or The Beast Within. The next one is Chud, Cannibalistic Humanoid Underground Dwellers. Excellent creature feature film from back in the VHS days. I remember renting that as a kid. Next one is The Initiation, kind of a satanic horror film. The Black Arts. Sci-fi, The Visitor. Here is some Trauma. Class of Nukem High, Lloyd Kaufman, Michael Hertz production. And I'm just now noticing that I have 2 of the Naked City from Jules Dassin. And that's what happens when you don't alphabetize and sometimes when you buy stuff. If anybody's interested in picking this up, I'll sell it for $10 shipped. Comment down below. Next one is a Japanese film called Retaliation. This was also limited to 3,000 copies. I still haven't opened this one up to check it out yet. It's still sealed. But I do enjoy Japanese cinema. Here is some over-the-top cheesiness. This is Return of the Killer Tomatoes. Here is Mario Bava's Black Sabbath. Very good film. Here is Don Siegel's The Killers, not to be confused with the other. Where was that? That was The Killing. Stanley Kubrick, The Killing. This is The Killers with no tie-in at all to the other movie. Here is Django Prepare a Coffin. This is a very good one. This one has Terence Hill as the lead character, Django, which, in my opinion, Franco Nero will always be the best Django. The original Django was the best, in my opinion. Here is Brian De Palma's Phantom of the Paradise. Not one of my favorites, but I'm still glad to have it in the collection. Excuse me. And Tobe Hooper's Life Force. I think this is a very good film. Scream Factory also released a Blu-ray, which I have that one. And here is a French Jules Dassin film called Rififi. Here's another Japanese limited edition. This is Massacre Gun. I believe this was also limited to 3,000. And here is The Incredible Melting Man. This is kind of a splatter film. It's not one of the better films you'll see, but I think that cover is fantastic. You may not ever see a better cover than that, at least in my opinion. The cover is way better than the movie. Here's a title that I suggested to Arrow Video, and this is a French Western. This is not a spaghetti Western. This is called Cemetery Without Crosses. And it's a pretty decent film. I used to own this, I still do actually, on a German box set. It comes in like a wooden coffin box. And it was a DVD, and the transfer was pretty terrible, especially in the beginning. Like the first 5-6 minutes of the film were very grainy and horrible. But Arrow Video cleaned it up and it looks unbelievable. I mean, they really did a great job with this one. I recommend picking that one up. You can get this one very cheap. The next one is another Brian De Palma film. This one is called The Fury. Here is Runaway Train. It has John Voight and Eric Roberts. It's about a couple of prisoners that escape prison, and they have to brave the elements, the chilly elements of, I can't remember where this takes place. Is it Siberia? And then they end up hopping a train, and they have to take the train over to escape, and it has a pretty good ending. I thought it was pretty good. Eric Roberts' character really was annoying to me. He had this fake accent, and there was a scene in the movie where they had to run across like a snowy terrain, and he had bare feet, and they came across this train station, and they had to steal some shoes from a locker. And he kept saying something about shoes, shoes, and it was really annoying to me. But the end of the movie was worth watching. Eric Roberts. Not a big Eric Roberts fan. Larry Cohen's The Stuff, which is another kind of a black comedy, I guess. This is the Blu-ray DVD combo. This is another weird movie because in the beginning of the film, a couple guys are walking along and they find this stuff, this white, creamy, almost like a marshmallow goo, and they eat it off the ground. and they start turning into these mindless zombies. But who would just, I know it's a movie and it's silliness, but who would just pick up garbage off the floor and eat it, and you have no idea what it is? It's bizarre. The movie was pretty decent. Here is Pit Stop. And Arrow Academy's Brute Force, another Dassin film. This was a part of a lot that a Jules Dassin lot that I picked up on a Black Friday like 2 or 3 years ago. I think there was 3 or 4 different Jack Hill films. Or Jules Dassin, I'm sorry. Here is Mario Bava's Barren Blood. It's a really nice cover there. You can never really go wrong with a Bava film, honestly. I mean, here's another Dassin. This was Thieves Highway. And Brian De Palma, Dressed to Kill. I really enjoy this one. This is a good film. So I'm going to take a quick break here, and then we'll go over one more shelf, and we'll close the video out. Okay, so for this next shelf, I'm going to show you guys a couple of box sets, and we're going to go over the DVDs that I own from Arrow, and a couple more box sets at the end. And I'm not going to pull this one out, but this is the Phantasm box set, which comes with the Sphere. This is a really nice set. Maybe I'll just take the cap off for you guys, the cover here, and you can see the Sphere and the book. I love this set. Arrow did a really good job with that. It's great. Wellgo USA made a nice set too, but I prefer the Arrow. I know a lot of people prefer Wellgo. I picked that one up also. I had a trade with a fellow YouTuber with that one, but if I had to run into a burning building to pick up the Arrow or the Wellgo, Arrow would win that one. Here's a DVD box set. This is 4 films from Dario Argento. You get Terror at the Opera, which is also known as Opera. You get the Stendhal Syndrome, Sleepless, and the Card Player. And it comes in this window box. This is the DVD set. And the window box just pulls off. And then you get the 4 editions, which I'm not going to go through every edition, but they each come in their own Amaray case. This is a really, really nice set. And Arrow Video has really done justice to the Dario Argento films, and rightfully so. Even though some of these are his later, not as good as the early stuff films, they're still good to have. And the next one here is called Fantastic Factory, and you get Faust, Love of the Damned, Roma Santa, The Werewolf Hunt, Beyond Reanimator, and Arachnid. And again, it's this window box style. And then the films come in their own Amaray cases. I'm not going to pull those all out, but you can see there that. And they come with posters and inserts and reversible covers, just like Arrow always does. So these next 2 are DVDs. These are the only 2 DVDs I have with the slip box. And the first one is George A. Romero's Martin. This is a must-own. If you can track this one down with the slip cover, I would say go for it. It's a beautiful edition. One of Romero's underrated films. Not too many people talk about Martin. And the second window box and the last one is the Kentucky Fried Movie. This one is still sealed. And so we'll get into the DVD Amaray cases here. And again, these are in no particular order. You get the Deadly Spawn creature feature. Let me get a little closer here. Here's Wes Craven's Deadly Blessing. I showed you guys the Blu-ray earlier. This is the DVD edition. Combat Shock, about post-traumatic stress disorder. Guy goes crazy, just starts murdering people. Here's John Russo's Midnight. Excellent cover on that. Probably one of the best covers ever, in my opinion. This is Pieces. Love the movie, love that cover. Here is Baise-Moi. This is a French revenge film. And I can't remember what the American title is, but it's something very obscene. You guys can check that one out. Google Baise-Moi and you'll find out. Here is a very rare title from Arrow Video DVD. This is Savage Streets. This one's hard to find, and this one's still sealed. That's another rape revenge film. Here is Herschel Gordon Lewis's Blood Feast. This one's still sealed, and that is an awesome cover. Here is Blue Movie Blackmail. This is a Eurocrime Polizio Tesci film. Hold on a second. Let me pop this one open. I can't remember what the alternate title is. Super Bitch is the alternate title. And then you can see it comes with kind of a catalog and the insert booklet. So that is Super Bitch, aka Blue Movie Blackmail. The next one is Island of Death, which has since been re-released on Blu-ray, but I don't feel the need to upgrade that unless I can get it dirt cheap or in a trade. I'm okay with the DVD on that one. I'm not a huge fan of that film, to be honest. I think it's horrible. Here is Street Trash on DVD. It's been released on Blu-ray in the US, and soon 88 Films will be releasing this with a slipcover on Blu-ray. Here is Silent Night, Deadly Night. This one's kind of hard to find. This is a Christmas horror film. Always enjoy the holiday-themed horror films. And Christmas Evil. And here is a Russ Meyer film called Pervert, starring Mary Carey in all of her juggy glory. I think this is a Russ Meyer film. Maybe you guys can, let's see. Oh, it's directed by Jonathan Udis. Not Russ Meyer, but it is a Russ Meyer style film. The next one is The Night Child, aka The Cursed Medallion. And the next one here is Two Evil Eyes. This is a collaboration between George A. Romero and Dario Argento. They each have a 1-hour segment directed in that film. The next one here is called Jaguar Lives, starring Christopher Lee, Donald Pleasance. And I did watch that film a few years ago, and I can't remember anything about it. Here is Lamberto Bava, the son of Mario Bava. This is Macabre, from the Masters of Giallo line that they had. And the next one is Slaughter High, aka Jolly Killer. I flipped the cover because I really like the way that one looks. That's the alternate title. It was called Slaughter High here in the US and Jolly Killer in the UK. The next one here is called Bear Behind Bars, which was re-released or released on Blu-ray in the US by Blue Underground, the X-rated version. This is cut. Here is Deadly Outlaw Rekka by Takashi Miike. This is an underrated film. And here is a weird title. I believe this is a Troma film. This is called Surf Nazis Must Die. And let me see if that is... It is Troma. Troma Retro. This is the director's cut version of the film. And the last two for this video is I have the Battle Royale Limited Edition Blu-ray set. And at one time I had two of these. This one is still sealed. I watched the first one. I ended up selling the one that was opened. But this one was released by Arrow Video in 2010. It is all region. And it's a 3-disc set. And then you get a comic and postcards. You get booklets. You get the theatrical cut, director's cut, and the special features disc. And you can find this, I think it was limited to 5,000, there might have been 10,000. I'm trying to see here on the back. But this one is still readily available, and you'll find it even on some of their sales from Aero Video. From time to time, they'll have that dirt cheap. And that's a good box set there. And from Aerodrome, here's a box set called the X Rental. It's supposed to look like these were video store rentals, and it contains 6 films. Cult film classics from the X-rated video generation. And you get Maniac Cop, The Cheerleaders, Penitentiary, McBain, and what are the other 2 films? Penitentiary 2 and Revenge of the Cheerleaders. Okay, so you get 6 films total on 4 discs, and there you can see they each come in their own Amaray case. Penitentiary and the Cheerleaders each have 2 films. But this is a nice little box set, and it's made to look like it's worn out and beat up. Get it sweep up a little bit in here. Looks like it's got a folded rental sticker. This is a brand new, like, mint condition set, but it's made to look like it's beat up to hell. So guys, that was the second part of my Aero Video collection. I don't know what I'm going to do next or when I'm going to do it. I've been really busy lately. Just thought I would put something out there for you guys to see, so I hope you guys are well out there. Please make sure that you check the 2 links down below. Give those guys subs. And thanks for watching. Take care, and I will catch you next time. Okay, and as promised, I told you guys that I would show you a little video of the garage and the renovating I've been doing. When I first moved into this house back in May, the garage was pretty torn up, pretty beat up, and I've been doing a lot of renovating here on this. I thought I'd show you guys a little bit of my progression, and thank you for sticking around to see this. I picked up a cabinet from work. They were throwing some of this stuff away, so I picked up this cabinet and this computer desk. I'm going to use this as like a little work area out here. I started to paint, and I have to put another coat of sealer on the floor. I did patch up some of the cracks out here. I still have some stuff in storage. Boxes over here. I have some of my Disney VHS stuff. I gotta find a place for that. I have more VHS stuff here. I have some of my correspondence with Gangster Henry Hill down in there. I gotta find a way to get some of that stuff stored, framed and presented. This picture here was left behind by the previous owner, so I cleaned it up and thought it was pretty cool. It's a picture of a buck and a doe crossing a river. And I have my Lambeau Field panoramic view. And football season's about to start here, and they've played a couple preseason games. I love this framed poster. I bought this from Blockbuster probably 10 years ago, and we don't have Blockbusters around here anymore. I think most of them are gone. I think they still have a couple in California. But that is the Rat Pack. One of my favorite types of music. I love this stuff, especially Sinatra. I recently picked up some frames for some of my Scream Factory posters. I put them out here. Most of my Scream Factory posters I've sold over the years. I've framed these 4. I have Black Christmas, Nightbreed, From Beyond, which was limited to 300, I'm sorry. So that one's kind of a rare one. And Sleepaway Camp 2. I still have a couple others that I have to get frames for. I have Dog Soldiers and I think Class of 1984 and a couple others. But I put in some ceiling lights just to try to make this kind of a man cave out here. And that's about it. I still have to put another coat of sealer on the floor, like I said. But for the most part, this is a 2.5 car garage. I could still fit 2 cars in here easily. These chairs aren't going to stay in here. I just put them here for now. Those are more of outdoor furniture. And I'm going to probably make a fire pit in my backyard at some point. Then these chairs will kind of sit around the fire pit. But just wanted to show you guys a little progression. I don't know if you guys even care about this stuff, but it's a lot of hard work, and this is what I've been doing a lot lately. So, all right, guys, I'm going to cut it here. Thank you for watching. Thanks for sticking around to check this out. If you guys have any comments, put those down below, and see ya.